Yo, 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 what is going on, guys? Welcome to Audio Addiction. If you're new here, thanks for hanging. Thanks for watching. I did not tell Discord that I did tell Discord I was streaming, but if you have not come to hang out in our Discord, come hang out. We have a great community. I will be posting a tab to go check out our Discord if you feel so inclined to. But yeah, come join us. It's always fun. But tonight is a special one. Um, I don't think I've ever done this on stream before. But we are doing a full two albums listening. We're gonna go through like two albums, I think, tonight. So I'm pretty excited. Or EPs. I'm not entirely sure, but it could be albums slash EPs. But for those who have not read the title, we'll be jumping into Kave tonight, which I am not familiar with. But unfortunately, due to some last minute issues, it's just me tonight. So I kind of was scrambling trying to figure out what I was gonna do. I almost thought doing like a variety stream, but I opted to do albums because I know some of y'all love when I do or have been asking for me to do full album reviews. So I feel like maybe this is a precursor to in the future. If there's albums you'd like me to listen to from front to back, we could probably wind up doing those at some point, especially on more of the solo stuff. And obviously, if I have more notice, I'll let y'all know what I'm doing. But as mentioned, we are doing Kave. There are two releases, Flight of Ideas and Say My Name. We'll be going through all of the songs off this release, off both releases. So I'm excited. Hopefully, if you're watching this on Twitch, you'll probably get the whole video. Or if you're subscribed to our Patreon, you'll watch the whole video most likely. If this ends up on YouTube, great. But I cannot guarantee it. So just come hang out, watch us on all that sort of stuff. So very nice. Will you be watching MVs if the songs have an MV? Yes. So shout outs to Kaylee. They have sent me the YouTube playlists, and some of them have obviously MVs and some do not. So we'll be doing that. I know that Kaylee had also mentioned that they have done covers as well, so we might check those out to close out the stream. So very nice. Kaylee, hello. Aileen, thanks for hanging out. Gunky, hello. Youthful, Sarah, hello. How's it going? All right, cool. Kaylee gave me a little bit of background on Kave, so we'll be talking about it. But they have said Kave is a 5-member band. They have been together since 2020, but only officially debuted this year. Wow, okay. Of 2024 in July. Gao is their vocalist and is a well-known solo artist. Very nice. Cave often would play session band and help him produce his solo stuff. Ah, very nice. Their name stands for Kings Always Have Veiled Egos. Okay, very nice. Sarah says I took took a Boys Planet break to be here today. Very excited. If you do not know, check our Discord. That is the only way you're gonna get context for that. So, but yeah, very nice. Again, thank you, Kaylee, for sending those over to me post haste because I was very nervous to do something else. But and then as well as that, I wanted to confirm that we are doing, or I am more specifically doing a stream on Saturday. It's going to be a longer stream, and it currently, I think NCT is winning by 1 vote right now. So if you are watching this, you can, and you haven't voted yet in our Discord, please do it. I will also be making one for YouTube as well. So I think NCT is 1 vote ahead right now, but I will be making a YouTube poll just to kind of get a better idea. But that will be a much shorter poll. So very nice. And then Monday we are doing another boys group, I think. So hopefully we can try to. I don't know if we'll be able to do the boys is in a full set, but we'll try to see what we can. So, Gunky says just vote for NCT so we can get them. I don't want to say that. I'm excited to get into NCT. I just know, for me personally, I know how a monumental task it's going to be to get through NCT. So I would like to get started on it as soon as possible. Maybe we'll just continue on all the stuff that I may have missed out on from the NCT. Maybe we'll wind up continuing on. So, Sarah says I'm voting for NCT because Mark Lee is everywhere, even in the polls. Oh my god! So let's go. We will check out NCT. I'm very excited. But that is here nor there. As I mentioned, we are checking out Kave. This is the first MV and I think the first song off of Flight of Ideas. So this is Venom. So I'm very excited. Pretty stoked. UFO says Wavy and Dream just dropped new MVs too. Optimal timing, you know? I love it. I also have not heard of this group as well. So this is going to be my intro. So very excited. Let's give it a spin. Connie, hello.
내 모든 걸 가져가는 하나도 다 빠짐없이 그 위로는 넌 나의 죽여 맘 같은 venom I'm feeling like a venom
Huh.
I'm feeling like a venom I'm feeling like a venom
Oh. I like that reverberating guitar squeal. That's awesome. Oh. Huh. I could have gone for more. I'm not going to lie. All right, cool. This was Kave, the first song, Venom, off of A Flight of Ideas. Very nice. I thought this was very cool. I was totally not expecting the dancing, the choreo. I thought that was really cool. I also appreciate, I was going to point that out, and Youthful pointed it out in chat, the like Afro beat type drumming pattern, which I really think is awesome. The guitar work was the guitar work was pretty interesting as well. I like the space that it gives. I thought that was really cool. Especially like the way that they especially the way that they kind of push the guitar in the mix, where you got these cool like set back reverberated like rock sort of like guitar squealing parts. I thought that was really cool. The drumming obviously has a great sort of beat to it. I also appreciate a lot of the like electronic elements of this song. I thought they were interesting, like whether it be like those like really kind of glitched out production styling in this song. I thought that was really interesting. And his voice also is very like appealing as well to me. Like he's got this real kind of like smoothness to his tone in some parts, but then as well as that, he's got like this great kind of bite or like aggression to his vocals that I think really pushes that like sort of darker narrative of the song. It definitely pulls more towards like the minor tonalities as well too. So I thought it was really cool to see just kind of a little bit of his range. I imagine we'll probably get more throughout this release, but he obviously is a very talented vocalist. So I feel like in that aspect, I'm excited to see how far or how wide reaching his vocals can kind of get and then go from there. But I think this is a good introduction. I will agree. The only thing that I probably would have liked more, just because they're a band, I thought there would have been some maybe like more, I don't know, maybe some more like rock influence or like maybe metal adjacent sort of like bleeds of like more distorted guitar. I think that would have pushed the song, or at least that like sort of darker narrative a little bit more. Um, so to me, I think that's kind of the only, I wouldn't say misstep, but I will say like at least musically, I would have liked for it to kind of push a little bit more, just because it felt like that. So I'm very curious. Again, this is only song one, so I'm sure we're gonna get into more and figure out what they're doing. But I thought it was cool. Um, Kaylee says that he has a crazy range to him. The song is only 2 minutes and 13 seconds long. It does. I do wish it was a little longer. I know that is a term or phrase that we use a lot here, but truly in this case, it is a very short song. So, Youthful says that they produced it themselves, and the members Gao, owner, and Jisang co-wrote it. Very nice. And then every song in this debut EP is less than 3 minutes. Uchi. Kaylee says Gao's on vocals, Jisang guitar, owner DJ / keyboard. Hyun is also keyboard, and Kekuni is drums. Okay. Yeah, a lot of their songs are on the shorter side, sadly. And then Yankee says, do not expect just a few sounds by them. Okay. Here we're here to dive, so I'm gonna be checking out more, of course. We are gonna get into the next one, which is Legend, which I assume is the title track. So let's go. Cool.
You got to live now. 거짓된 날. Do you believe why? 거짓된 맘. You know it inside your mind. 눈 돌리지 마. 'Cause I will let you down. 기다리고 있었던 분위기는 통화되고 있었어. 너에게 나. Killing it now, killing me now, now. I feel like changing my mind every second. My body turning to your weapon.
All right.
We're trying to jump for the battle. 서서히 영원한 lesson. I'm changing my mind every second. I'm killing it every second. Cause nobody will understand it.
I love that filter guitar.
Why you so mad?
Whoa.
깨어나 다 이런 너 물고 지난 삶 속에 forget it away who I was. You feel it under your skin 모른 척하지만 But I will let you down. 기다리고 있었던 분위기 나 동화되고 있었어. 너에게 나 killing it now, killing me now, now. I feel like changing my mind every second. My body turning to your weapon. We're trying to jump for the battle. 서서히 영원한 lesson. I'm changing my mind every second. I'm killing them every second. Cause nobody will understand it. Go back. Why you so
Great solo so far. Nice halftime. Ooh. All right, very nice. All right, this was Cave Legend. Very nice. Connie says, I recommended this song on the KS stream a long time ago. It did sound familiar. So that may be pointing question. So I appreciate you coming out, Connie. That was good. Um, very cool. For whatever reason, my brain does not remember. I feel like it's weird because like the song I jo- as we were listening to it, I was like, okay, I feel like I've heard this before. But then it wasn't until I watched the music video, I was like, wait a second, I think we have seen this already. So, but this was great. Re-listening to it again, I think gave me a little bit more perspective on the song. Um, so I got to give a shout out again to Connie for recommending it before. But, I thought this was really cool. And just listening to Venom before, I think it gives you that. I think those songs obviously are intertwined together, and it's glad that I'm glad that they're on this release together because it does. You can hear the synergy between those two songs that I really appreciate. But I think this is like what I was in hindsight. This is what I was hoping Venom was, but now that I know Legend exists, I'm like, okay, it makes sense now. It's kind of like the precursor to that. I really enjoy his vocals a ton. I think he's got such a unique kind of like styling, especially in this song. And probably my favorite part of the song was actually the second verse. Galo's voice, especially like the contrast between like his like lower register and like the warmth that he has in that, but then juxtaposed with like his really high like falsetto vocals, I thought were really nice. So the combination of those two things were really interesting, and I think he does a great job of like fielding both things going on. Like he's just got kind of a great range where he can kind of work between the lower registers but then kind of shift and hit a different gear and go into the higher like chest voice and falsetto voice. So I think he's very multi-talented in that aspect, but as well as that, I think he's also able to add like a lot of grit to his tone, and I think that adds to that sort of like more like alternative like rock sort of feel that this song really thrives on, I would argue. As well as that, it kind of gave me a little bit, I think maybe more so the music video more or less than the song, but it does remind me a lot of, and I can't remember the name for the life of me, but I'm going to try to look it up while I'm on stream here. But it, for whatever reason, reminds me a lot of like the My Chem album. Basically the one that I feel like most people, Danger Days. Okay, I couldn't remember the album name, but it kind of reminds me a little bit more of that, where I think they kind of went in that sort of like alternative sort of sound a little bit more and less emo, I would argue. But this kind of feels like that middle child where you do get a little bit more of that alternative, like a lot more synthy sort of like electronic elements to the song that I feel like Danger Days has, but then still has that sort of like obviously emo styling, but as well as that, I think a lot of like the way that he stresses his vocals, I think is very indicative of like the emo styling that I'm familiar with. So I think it's cool that Gaho sits in that weird cross hatch between those vocalists, and so to me, I think that's really awesome. Instrumentation wise, also really sick. I like the like juxtaposition again of that electronic and like guitars and drums. I think it just adds this really beautiful contrast that I think is really sick. As well as that guitar solo was awesome. I thought Jiseng killed it. I agree with you full. He had a great guitar solo. I love how like whiny and like aggressive like tone wise the guitar sounded in that. Just it's like scratches that itch for me. So I thought it was really sick. So kudos. This is a great title track, and for good reason. It's got a lot of great energy. And for it being like under 3 minutes, I didn't think it was that bad. Like I think it kind of hit all the notes that I would like it to hit. But yeah, I didn't feel like I needed more, but I wouldn't argue if there was more song if that was the case. So UFO says that Gaho co-wrote this again. Other writers on this songs Other writers on this song have written for NCT, Enhypen, Changha, Treasure, Winner, and one of the writers is Kim Daniel from Wave to Earth. Very nice. That's cool. UFO says it didn't feel too short here. Yeah, there was a bridge at least. Yeah, that's true. I feel like that's always good. Dang, all you missed was Venom and Legend, and we are checking out Kave. So hopefully, you hang out, stick around. But very cool. Well, we're gonna keep it moving with this release. We have Hurricane next, so let's keep it going.
네 머리에 박힌 생각들 never more 물들여져 멈춰 있었지 Fear with nothing head in not so
I love the production on this. Already so cool.
Silence, silence when the blowing in the streets way wet Say less, say less turn it all to ashes 부셔버릴게 I love it I'm a raging hurricane You can feel my mind this burn I don't want for nothing You can feel my mind this burn Like a river Ain't no way to stop me, no I don't want for nothing I go without a warning I'm a raging hurricane 정중히 지금 맞아들여 you know 나의 총알도 못 피해 간에 땡겼어 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 몇 초 사이에 끝내서 됐니 Just count it down Silence, silence When the blowing in the streets
Ooh, that synth work is so cool.
Say less, say less Turn it all to ashes 부셔버릴게 I love it I'm a raging hurricane You can feel my mind this burn I don't want for nothing You can feel my mind this burn Like a river Ain't no way to stop me, no I don't want for nothing I go without a warning I'm a raging hurricane I'm a raging hurricane 활짝 웃어 왕왕왕 불바다 뱅 계속 chase your I'm a raging hurricane You can feel my mind this burn I don't want for nothing You can feel my mind this burn Like a river Ain't no way to stop me, no I don't want for nothing I go without a warning I'm a raging hurricane You can feel my mind this burn I don't want for nothing You can feel my mind this burn Like a river I'm a crazy stop me, no I don't want for nothing I go without a warning I'm a raging hurricane
Oh, wow, they added a lot of production to this song. That's cool. All right, this was Kave's Hurricane off of Flight of Ideas. If you have not checked this out, thanks for hanging out. I thought this was incredible. This one's probably thus far, I would say thus far, I think this one's my favorite one. There's just so much like production value to this song, and I think if anything, this just intrigues my my thought process of like I would love to hear the producer of the song, which I know Gaho has done a lot of like writing and you know, I don't know if he's done production for a lot of these songs, but I imagine like obviously the other members do a great job of producing some of the stuff as well too. But I would really like to see the session file for this one. I think for me it's like there's so much going on and there's so much like intent to like layering in this song that I really appreciate, and I think that obviously is a I think to me it's like a very true testament of like how well you can write a song, and I think if you're able to kind of put all of these pieces together and have it not seem over the top or just like so much piling on all of the shit, I think to me it was really, really cool to hear like the stylization of Gao's vocals more specifically in this song. I thought it was really, really tight. I think they just put his vocals in just the right spots, and like the way that they were able to kind of pan it in and out of your ears on both the left and right side, I thought was really nice. And it kind of gives you this level of depth that I feel like that you can really appreciate and really hear. So I gotta give them a lot of credit because I think they did a great job just messing with Gaho's vocals a ton, and I think it worked out really well. And I feel like it is an appropriate name for this song to be called Hurricane because it does have that sort of like 360, almost like disorientingly sort of feel to the production style, but I think it's so like fine tuned that it's almost like you appreciate the chaos, because it is that way, I thought the guitar work was really sick in this. I love the kind of like I'm pretty sure they're doing like maybe an ascending like guitar riff, or like I know in some parts they kind of do an ascending and descending sort of like guitar part in this song, and I think it was really fun. But I also really appreciate like the electronics in this song a lot, because I think Youthful pointed out in chat just that juxtaposition between like the like rock style guitar work and like having these really cool like drum parts where I would argue a majority of it is like on the toms and stuff, and giving you this sort of, again, more like boombastic sort of anthemic feel to the song. And I think it matches the energy of like not only I think the electronic work, but as well as the guitar work as well. And then to top it off, I think the electronic work adds this sort of like depth and like fills out the space super well within the song. So I think this is kind of the true kind of package of like what I would imagine like people loved about the song. And again, I think that this one is amongst my favorite off this release. I'm sure we got like 4 more songs to listen to, so maybe I'll have a better opinion on some of the other ones, but this one was so much fun. Really was a treat, and would probably give this one multiple spins just because I think I'm so excited to kind of like learn different things about the production style of this song. So very cool, very cool. Yuval says same writers as the last song, very nice. Gunky says Brandon, just wait for their next album. My favorite songs by them are on that one. Very nice. I'm very stoked. I think the whole group is involved with the production in some way. Yeah, very nice. And Kaylee backed that up. And also said, I love how you can hear the effort they put into making the music. I haven't been able to pick a favorite. I like them all a lot. That's also fair. But yeah, no, I thought this was really cool. And like I said, if there's any videos on how these guys put the stylize some of these songs, because I know that's become more popular within YouTube, I would love to see that. Even like K-pop songs, I'm always curious to see how like people put some of these songs together. Maybe it's just like a production nerd in me, but like I think I'm always really kind of always learning on how people write and how creative you can become when writing songs, because I think to me it's like, exercising, or like, anything like that, or riding a bike. Like you can always learn new things about it, or like be educated in that way. So I think it's cool. So yeah, Hurricane, good so far. I'm vibing with this one, but we're gonna keep it moving. The next one we have is Dangerous. So let's see what's up.
Oh, dangerous. 안 보이는 지뢰 같아. 사방에 널린 걸 알아.
I like that little O.
정신 차려야 해요. 다쳐. Oh, dangerous. 이제야 정확히 보여. 널 가까이 하면 할수록 아무 소리 없이 내 목을 조여. 도망가야 해. 멀어져야 해. 날 죽이려 해. 너는
All right.
어두운 선을 넘어오진 마라 더 이상 너의 전화면 너란 낫진 않아 너를 벗어나려 멀리 도망가려 해도 미로에 빠진 다시 같은 얘만 바보해 Oh dangerous
Oh, this is so cool.
앞뒤가 다른 너의 표정 소리 소문 없이 내 전부를 도망가야 해 멀어져야 해 날 죽이려 해
Got a little riser. Yeah. All right. Oh, I like the space in this bridge. Oh my god, they went crazy for this last chorus. Oh my god, that was crazy. Also, there's 3 other videos on here. We got more. Is this the last song? I don't think so. Maybe there's more. Did you last song on the album? I was gonna say there's more. So who knows? I don't know. Well, obviously we have more to listen to, so I'm not complaining. But yeah, there is 7. That's why I was like, wait. When you said, "Oh, this is the last song," I was like, "Wait, there's like, unless they have it wrong." I was like, "I hope not." But, this was "Dangerous" by Kave. Very nice. I love this song. Again, I'm 2 for 2 right now. I loved Hurricane. Dangerous is great. I would say this one. I don't know. I'm in a little bit of a dilemma because I love the production style of Hurricane, and that my comments aren't very dissimilar to that of Dangerous because I think production wise, this one also is very fun too. But this kind of feels like that cool middle ground between like what we've heard thus far, but like amplified in different directions, right? Like I think that this song has like that crazy sort of electronic like dance hype like feel to it, which I really like. But then at the same time it has like these cool kind of like rock moments in here, which I think is really fun. I have shown this to chat before. This kind of reminds me a lot of I showed y'all the Home Team, but this reminds me of Hell, the song we listened to, one of the singles, which I love that song. That is a fucking phenomenal song off their newest album, The Crucible of Life, if you have not checked that out. But I love this. I kind of like how that also has this cool kind of electronic sort of element to it, and I think also just that like oh sound I thought was really cool, and again it gives that sort of like little like Brendan Urie / Panic at the Disco sort of feel. I feel like he incorporates that a lot in his production style. So I don't know if I don't know if that is a nod to Panic at the Disco / Brendan Urie, but I thought that was really cool. I love this sort of like runway like dance hall type beat of the song. I think it's really fun. I think his voice sounds incredible. I will say I didn't know if I was gonna like the chorus, but I came around to it super quick. Like it was so good, and I was just like, I don't know if it should be this catchy, but it really is. And so I love that elementation of it. I think it's really fun. But yeah, I think this combines a lot of cool elements that we've heard from Kave thus far, and I think it really kind of puts it a little bit more into perspective. So I like that a lot. But yeah, I think this is kind of a good meshing of the like rock and the sort of electronic elementation of Kave thus far. So yeah, this one's high up there for me. I would say this one's pretty close to up there. I'm still gonna save my space for number one, but I would say this and Hurricane are my probably second and third right now, but they can move up. I'm certain of it. So very nice, very nice. Gungi says like a YG festival, but better. I would agree. They really went all out on that final chorus with like those really kind of like razory like synths. I thought that was really cool, and the way that they set them back in the mix, it didn't feel like too much of an onslaught. It just went in that it just fit the right spot. So I love that. And then everyone was commenting there should be more songs. So very nice. Um, this song is top second of the album for me so far. I would agree. You fool. We're on the same page tonight. And Gahoko solo wrote this song. Very nice. And I also gotta give a shout out to what you said in chat. I didn't see this until just now, but it was they're saying "fuck off, burn every day." I didn't piece that together until you put it in chat, and then it all made sense. So, and then Kaylee says this is the first song of theirs that I heard, and that's what got me listening to the full album. Hey, I think this is a good first song to start off with, so I wouldn't disagree. Good choice. All right, we're gonna keep it moving. We have Avant, so let's go. Avant.
다시 또 네 곁으로 돌아가 네 향기는 언제나 향기로워
That's what I thought too.
전부 다 마비시켜 너의 미소 너로 인해 마주한 것처럼 두 눈동전 풀려가
I like this Latin sort of feel.
깊이 빠진 것 같아 숨이 막힐 것 같아 자극을 나에게 소나기처럼 내게 내려와
Those blues are very haunting. Love it.
결국 또 다시 널 찾게 만들어도 반복시켜 모른 척 해주고 있을 때 네가 멈추지 말아줄래 나도 모르는 사이에 더 깊이 빠진 것 같아 숨이 막힐 것 같아 자극을 나에게
Huh. Very nice. All right. This was Kave's Avant. Very nice. Ooh, this one's interesting. I would probably agree with Chad in saying that it's not the worst song, but I think that it is very interesting in the sense of I feel like it does. I feel like it is aptly named. And I don't know if it's I don't know if it's a play off of avant-garde, but there is a genre of music called avant-garde, and is very out there. Obviously given the name. So I thought that it was very interesting in the sense of like if I put it in the perspective of like this is an out of box or out there sort of song, then I think it does make more sense. Um, so I think to me, I think it's very interesting. I again, very similarly to Hurricane, I feel like this one has my ears in terms of like production styling. I thought it was really cool. The way that they like had this really like snappy like snare drum, which I thought was really unique. As well as that, I thought that uh the like heart monitor sound was very interesting, like using that as like a musical annotation. I thought was unique as well. um the way that they had these really interesting like filtered synth work, I thought was also a choice as well. And like I think these are all like very calculated choices that like again make sense contextually to the song. um and if they were trying to do something different, I absolutely feel like they did do something different. I also like the kind of like more like Latin styling to like the guitar work. There was a lot of like minor chords and stuff, but it had a kind of like moody swing to it that I really appreciate. And Ga's vocals were also interesting as well. Like it almost gives this sort of like sad like whiny quality, and I don't mean to come across that in like a negative way. Like I think it really works with the song, and I feel like it gives you this sort of like feeling of like want or like maybe possibly like disassociation or something. But like there's just this unique there's just a unique like kind of like whimsy to this song that I really appreciate. And I like I said, in terms of a song that I would go out of my way to listen to, I don't know if this would necessarily be one of those songs, but I think like on the inverse of that, I think production wise it intrigues me, and I as someone who tries to learn about composition and stuff, I think I would love to again know the composition, how this was worked out. Like why did they choose these instruments to be in this song? And like I feel like anything like this, when you're meticulous and in the weeds, I would argue that this song kind of gives that sort of vibe of like everything was chosen for a reason, and that's why it's in this song, and it's supposed to give you this a feeling or emotion within the song. And I think they did. I think for me, they did that very well. Um, but if this was to show up on my playlist, I'd probably listen to it. But like I said, I wouldn't particularly go out of my way to listen to it. Um, let's see. We'll see what we got for chat. Kongi says, personally, this song is a miss for me. Hey, that's fine. Yuval says, I don't hate this, but I'm not feeling it, to be honest. Um, Sarah says, it doesn't really sound like it, but it's giving me like mid 2000s post punk vibes. I can hear that, like maybe some like Me Without You, or like some Streetlight Manifesto or something. I know that's more along the lines of like ska or something, but I know that they have some really out there songs, or some like Mars Volta or something. I feel like just a little bit more weird, which I'm not opposed to. Yuval says avant-garde is a French term meaning advanced or vanguard, is used to describe art, design, and people who are innovative and experimental and who push boundaries in their field. It can also refer to anything that is considered unorthodox or radical. I I would agree. Um, Gaho Solo wrote this. Very nice. Very cool. Yeah, this is thus far is a very interesting collection of songs. I will say, like, I'm invested. Like, when I'm thinking about artists, it's like what can drag me in or keep me like what can keep me invested in the type of music that you make. And like the more intriguing it is, I feel like the more it sticks around in my like rotation of music. And I would argue that this would be making the rounds for sure. So, um, very cool. I'm glad to experience like the entire record because I haven't heard either one of these, so it's gonna be fun. Um, Yuval says I wasn't expecting music like this at all. I'm very surprised in a good way. I would say that as well. Like I think each song has had its own pleasant like interaction with it. You know what I mean? Like this is a first listen. Like maybe this might wind up being one of my favorite songs. I don't foresee it to be, but I'm gonna put it out there. Could be. It could move up higher. So let's keep it moving. We got Crazy Crazy next.
기분 좋을 때까지 억지로 텐션을 그냥 올려 날 위해 연기해줘 넌 나의 작품이야 슬픔은 난 눈물은 나내 말대로 움직여 액션 액션 최면에 걸린 것처럼
Oh, they're really laying into that Latin beat. I love this.
나에게 미친 것처럼 Crazy crazy
Woo! Little flute. Let's go.
Crazy 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 오직 너에게 날 위해 펀치를 잡아 나의 모나리자 널 위해 최고의 스텝들 모셨으니까 다 차린 밥상 위에서 넌 먹기만 해 그래 너는 개찰 잘 어울려 넌 내 앞에 잘 어울려 최면에 걸린 것처럼 알코올에 절여진 것처럼 나에게 미친 것처럼 Crazy 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 crazy
Oh, this is so much fun. I love this.
Crazy 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 오직 너에게
The way they stack that. Oh. That guitar riffing was so good. Oh my god. Oh man, that was sick. Oh, I need to go back. I have to obviously I'll stop it there. All right, cool. Well, this was Kave's Crazy Crazy. Oh, that was so much fun. I want to go back and listen to this one again. I think this was okay. I want to say, because we have one more, Die For You, so I don't want to jump the gun, but listen, I love a Latin beat. I love, like, whenever you can incorporate some really cool, like, Latin inspired guitar work, to me, that is like church bells ringing. Like we hit the jackpot for me, because I love like really fun like Latin style guitar work. I think some of my favorite guitar players kind of, again, evoke that sort of feeling. Like Al Di Meola is like one that comes to mind. He is a fantastic guitar player, and if you have not listened to Al Di Meola, I would definitely go check them out, or him out. He is a very accomplished guitar player. But I thought this was great. I will say at the beginning, I wasn't sure where the song was gonna go. I agree with you, Full, that it kind of started off very interesting. I wouldn't say weird, but I get Euphil's term of phrase. It's definitely a little odd. But I think once that like Latin beat kicked in, and like the acoustic like nylon string guitar parts came in, I like knew I was in for a good ride. And man, did this song deliver. I love the flute in this song. I thought it was so good, and like was an unexpected part of the song that I think just adds a sort of like extra level of like catchiness to it. The way that the vocals were stacked too kind of evoke a lot of like Latin and like Afrobeat type songs as well. Like the yeah yeahs, and like the way that they kind of like ensembled the vocals, I thought are very indicative of like the Latin style music. So I like that they intentionally or maybe unintentionally paid homage to that. I thought was really great. I also love a lot of the like the guitar shuffle. Well, I guess it's guitar shuffle and like drumming shuffle, like the way that they kind of, again, like I'm almost positive that the drummer was using some sort of like brush, so it's like this metal brush with like a plastic handle, and like you can kind of like scrape or like scratch the kind of drum head. Like mostly it's used on snare, but it's also used a lot in like jazz as well as like big band and a lot of like I was gonna say African, but that's not correct. Latin style music. Um, so it's really cool, and I think it adds this sort of again unique flavor to the drumming in this song too. But I think vocally this was also really fun. Like I love how some of like the vocal melodies matched up with like some of the flute notes in the song. I loved the bridge section was probably my favorite part of the song. I love the way they stacked those like nylon string guitars with like this really kind of more like punchy, aggressive, like volume swells from the guitar. I thought that was really cool. And then to have some of the like electric guitar melodies match up with like the nylon string guitars and how they were like layered together, I thought was really fun. And then I don't know who was cooking with the nylon string guitar in that bridge, but man, they had a great guitar solo. That was incredible. So to me, this like again checks all the boxes. I love the vibes of the song. Very fun. I'll definitely be giving this song another listen, 100%. Just because I thought it was so interesting, so interesting. So I love this one. Some comments here. Gunky says that's how I thought when I heard their music after Kaylee suggested them. Hey, I think this was in regards to the previous song, but I think the metric still stays the same with this one too. Like it's very interesting, very unique, and I think I love the constant surprise of like of either getting suggested new artists or finding new artists. I think that's always like to me that's always like the fun aspect of getting into albums and stuff because you get to listen to stuff that like you wouldn't have expected them to do. So I think in that aspect it's really appreciated. Gunky says the Latin beat is really good. This song reminds me a lot of AT's. I think it was the Crazy Form album. I can, you know what, as a large listener of AT's, I can hear where you're coming from for sure on that one. Youthful says vibey. I agree. Kaylee says I love their albums. They keep you engaged throughout because they try new things / sounds. I would agree. I think each song in this album hasn't been really different. The only maybe caveat to that I would argue is like Venom and Legend. I feel like those two feel the most same. And again, it would make sense because this being the pre-debut, I'm pretty sure, and this being the single, it would make sense that they would stick a little bit closer to each other. I know sometimes that's not always the case, but I thought that those kind of fit really well together, obviously. But I think that the other songs on this release are wildly different in the best way possible. So I think that's cool. Gunky said, Cave is like Exonary Heroes where you never know what you will get from them. I agree. I would have never expected a Latin beat with like some like flamenco style guitar work. So I ain't complaining. I love that shit. So this is a good one. But we're going to close out Flight of Ideas by Cave with their final song on this release, which is Die For You. So let's go.
안 촌스럽게 얘기했단 말에 Tell me 걱정은 아직 모두 world but it 알고 다 알잖아 재미없게 굴진 않기로 왜 네 모든 걸 보여줘 필요는 없어 은밀하게 나에게만 말해줄래 숨김없이 나에게만 보여줄래 넌 사람 다를 줄 알아 네 맘대로 다 하잖아 내게 똑같이 해봐 지금 당장 알고 싶어 네 기준 굳은 선물 넌 말든 말든
Great synth choices.
baby I got that feel Cause 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 baby I got that feel 촌스럽게 난 했단 말에 Tell me tell me 걱정은 하지마 Don't worry about it 알 거다 알잖아 재미없게 굴진 않지 난 절대 네 모든 걸 보여줄 필요는 없어 은밀하게 나에게만 말해줄래 숨김없이 나에게만 보여줄래 난 사람 다를 줄 알아 내 맘대로 다 하니까 너에게 똑같이 해줄까 지금 당장 알고 싶어 네 기준 거진 선물 너 말든 말든 Cause baby I got that feel Cause baby I got that feel
Oh, I like those, the way it's panned out. That's like, oh, I don't know how to explain it. So good.
Cause baby I got that feel body 너의 다리 너 왜 공격 너 향기 난 맞지 oh yeah 빠졌던 body 널 감지 너 왜 공격 너 향기 난 맞지 oh yeah that feel that feel oh yeah yeah yeah
Oh, that's nice. Very nice. All right, cool. That was Kave's final song off of Flight of Ideas called Die For You. Very nice, very nice. This was cool. I think to me, what I've noticed, and oftentimes I don't get to listen to releases from front to back on stream, so I think for that reason, I think this is a special release or special album for me now. But I think that the song and Kave as a whole, I think have surprised me a ton already, and obviously we have a whole nother album that we'll be getting into after this, but um I think it's cool that I think it's cool that you can be such a chameleon, right? I think that, like, if I was to look at Cave from a very bird's eye view, like if I was only listening to title track or like pre-debut, I don't think I would have gotten the full scope of this group, and I would have just been like, okay, like, not to say it's bad, because it definitely fits my lane of like music that I enjoy, right? But I think that this song and some of the other songs just are such dichotomous in the sense of like they're so different in like the most opposite direction you could possibly think of. Like, I mean, we listened to Crazy, which was like a Latin Afro type beat song. This was like more of a house, like club type. I didn't even say club, but just like a very different like dance hall dance sort of styled song. Avant is like an out there sort of like post punk, like avant-garde sort of track. Dangerous is like, again, more in that sort of like pop house, like it's weird. And then Hurricane's like also another like completely diverse song. And then you listen to Venom and Legend, and those are like more heavier and like more on the lines of rock, and they have darker like darker tonalities to them. So I think to me it's like kind of an interesting it's an interesting looking glass. And I think that like when I started listening to like K-pop or like K adjacent groups, like I was always in this notion that it's like, okay, well, these title tracks are going to sound like this, and like the rest of the album is going to sound like this. And I think that is a terrible way to think about K-pop albums, because I know that now I know better that they don't all sound like this. But I think to me, like, this was so cool in the sense of like you got all of these different like thought processes and different ideas, and to smash them all together into a release, I think is just a little out there if you're thinking about it from like more of a rock standpoint or more of an alternative standpoint. You're like, oh well, an Afro Latin type beat song isn't going to fit well with like a house type beat song, or going to fit well with like a more like spatial kind of like echoey sort of song. And I think it's, to me, it's like really impressive in that aspect of like you can do everything. Like no one's stopping you from doing these things, and I think K bands and I would argue K-pop or the genre K-pop as a whole, I feel like takes that idea and just kind of flips it on its head, and I appreciate that because every time I go through a listen of any release, I'm always surprised, and I feel like this one is again also a delightful surprise in the best way. But I'll get into the song. I kind of tangent a little bit, but I thought this song was great. I wasn't sure of where it was gonna go, but I liked the synth work. Um, I think some of the synth work was also just really like aggressive and punchy, like that real like filtered like strong synth. I thought it was very interesting. It's very like ear pokey, and I appreciate that a ton. I thought Gaho's vocals in the song were very unique as well. Like he's just been showing off a lot of his range, but I felt like this song was like cool in the sense of like the way that he pitches his vocals and like has this great like through line between like his chest voice and like falsetto tones. I think it almost feels very like just turn a switch on and he's got it. So love to hear that. As well as that, I think the beat's very fun. I think it's very energetic, and I think it's a good song to end off with because it's just one that I don't think I would have expected to be the end of this album, but I think it works out really well, and it almost gives you this sort of like positive feel, which I think if you're like me and you listen to albums in full, it's cool to hear like almost a positivity towards the end of this album, and then going back in and then listening to Venom again and getting this sort of like more like emo like minor tones and stuff like that. Like I think the contrast between the first and last song on this album I think is very interesting. So um yeah, I enjoyed this song a lot. I thought this was great. This was a great release. I think probably my favorite songs off the album, I would argue, weren't actually the title track. I would say Crazy Crazy was my favorite, and then followed by Hurricane and Dangerous. I would say those three were the ones that stood out to me the most. I would say maybe an honorable mention to Legend. Um, but I think in terms of those songs, like those are the ones that I'm just like, holy shit! Like these are crazy songs that are on this release and well deserved. So shout out to Gaho for committing to do the band stuff. Obviously, it's cool to see him, and I'm sure we'll check out some of his solo material in the future. But it's cool. Um, Yuval says the synth in the chorus gave me Blackpink "I Don't Know What to Do Without You" vibes a bit, which I absolutely love. And then they also followed it up and saying, "I did not expect this rock band to do house, dance, Latin, Afro beats, etc." I would agree that what a Trojan horse for sure. Kaylee says I only knew Gaho from listening to him sing a ballad once before, so when I found out he was the vocalist of Cave, I was like, huh? I would agree. I would have probably had the same thought process, so I don't get it. I would also not get it as well. Gunky says, when you hear just the title track of an artist, you can potentially miss some of the best songs. Itzy's Gold album would be an example. So many people dislike Gold, but the rest of the songs on the album are amazing. And Jazz followed that up and saying, true, most of my faves are B-sides. And then Ufo says, Gaho has multiple albums and was in the project group a few years ago. I'm interested to hear his other stuff. I would agree. Yeah, and then Kaylee followed it up and says he has a lot of OSTs, including one from Ituan class. Very nice. And then Yuval's favorites are Venom, Venom, Die for You, and Hurricane are my favorites so far, I think. Very nice, very nice. All right, cool. And Jess says, damn, now I miss PLT. Well, listen, if PLT can be done, let us know, or let me know specifically. I'm going to try to do as many streams as I can here. So, all right, very cool. Well, Kaylee, thank you for that. We are going to move on to their next release, which is Say My Name. And this is also another 7-song release. So I'm very excited to get into this. This first one is called A-chu. So, and this is I think Kaylee would know. This is their most recent release. Looks like it was like 10 days ago, really recent. So that's good. Um, bless you. Oh my god. Gesundheit. Yeah. 9 days ago. All right, cool. All right, let's get into. I'm not gonna say it again because y'all are gonna just do your shit. So I'm brand new too. Okay, very nice. Let's go. Let's go.
like a child.
What? Oh. Ugh. Oh, this is cool. Woo. Oh. What? Oh my god. I feel like this song is violating me. Oh my god, this is so cool. This build is insane. Oh my god. Fuck. That was so cool. All right, guys, that was Kave, A-chu from Say My Name. Oh my god. I don't even have words. I feel like this song is. I want to listen to. Obviously, we're getting through the rest of the release, but man, this was quite the intro song to an album. I'd argue. This was so much fun. Um, I know I said this already in the previous part, but like, man, I would love to see the the production notes on this one because, woo, this must have been a challenge. But this was so cool. I think production wise, this was like a 10 out of 10 for me. Like, so awesome. I loved a lot of the like dubstep influenced sort of like electronic elements of the song. Like I would have never expected those like I would have never expected it given like maybe the first 15 to 30 seconds of the song, right? Like you get these interesting sort of like vocal chants at the beginning, it giving me like Game of Thrones, like Star Wars, like John Williams type shit here, which listen, I'm all for. I love that shit. So I think in terms of like composition, it gives me that sort of vibes to start off the song. But I man, it takes a left hand turn down a hill and your car is just rolling down the hill the entire way, but for some reason you're enjoying it. It's like this was crazy. Like the drumming on this song was wild. I think it just again gives you this sort of like larger than life sort of feel. The like more rock / metal style guitar work in this was also cool, and it gives you a different sort of like punch than I feel like the vocal like those chant vocals do, and like it was just so interesting. And then like you get this almost like cyberpunk sort of like beat to it, also giving like some Muse vibes as well, which is like one of my favorite bands of all time. So I think to me this is like I don't think you could have started a more enticing record for me to listen to on stream, but I feel like this one, everyone should be doing their service and listening to this song because I think it was I agree with Gunky. It's an experience for sure. I would 1,000% agree. Yuval says that Gaho, Hyun, and Owner composed, and all the members except for Gaho did the arrangement. Yuval says that I feel like A-chu, but feels like not a flu. Yeah, I feel like A-chu. Huh. Very interesting. I don't know. Let me know, Yuval, who said that. I think that was cool. Evil says that Vincenzo, who has produced for Chungha, Islet, G-Idol, B2B, etc., also helped produce this. Oh, those are actual lyrics. Okay. Sorry. I was like, is that a quote or something? So, appreciate the context. And Jazz says, I'm about to play this at the gym. I haven't worked out in months. Hey, I think this is a song I'll be throwing on at the gym. So, I get it. He says gym music right here. Yeah, it was also giving those like those league type songs, obviously, that we've covered a few of them. I was giving a little Gods by New Jeans, type of vibe, which listen, I ain't gonna be complaining. I love that song too. But all right, cool. Wow, what an intro. I feel like I'm ready for the title track now. So this is Stone. Gunky says, I'm so excited for the song Stone. It's my favorite song by them. The last part of the song sealed it for me, being my favorite. Double title tracks on this album. Okay. And Kaylee says, OMG, Stone is great. All right. Well, I don't want to do this without bated breath, so let's go. Ooh, that piano in the back. Let's go. Like that DJ scratching, that's cool. Woo! That arpeggiated section, let's go. right, very cool. That was Cave Stone. Very nice. We love to see it. This was off of their newest release, Say My Name. Um, wow, this was fun. I enjoyed this one a lot too. This was very good. I think this album is starting to take form, and I'm curious what it is else on this release, because thus far I think we're 2 for 2. I've enjoyed both of these songs a lot, so um, feeling the vibes. But I think this is really cool. I again, Gao's vocals are so fun. Like I feel like he's got such a mastery over his vocals, and again, I don't know how long he's been in the industry for, but you can just tell he is just seasoned as a vocalist, because like there's so many cool there's so many cool like vocal nuances that he does, like whether it be like these at the beginning of the song he was doing these like really light like vocal bends that I think just show how reserved he is as a vocalist, and like I feel like it is undersold in this song. Like he just does a great job of being able to do breath control really well, and obviously being able to hit tones super well. So I really enjoyed that a lot. But as well as that, I think I gotta give it equal amount of praise, if maybe just a little bit more, on like the instrumentation of this song. Like I think the instrumentals are so much fun. I love that like really bitey guitar riff. I think like the simplicity lies in how good the rest of the song is built up around it, and I think it's just so much fun. The drumming on this, I love how a lot of it is predicated on the like a lot of like Tom's work, but then like having more of a straight beat on the chorus I think is really fun. I think he was doing more of a open hi-hat snare like kick drum hit, and that's just a tried and true thing that just works out super well. So I love that a ton. Um, I'm gonna agree with UFO in chat. I feel like Owner absolutely cooked in the song. There were so many fun like DJ moments in here, whether it be like the way that like they scratched his vocals a little bit, or like some of the like the DJ scratching in the song I think was really fun. And again, it just gives that extra little bit of feel to it. But the piano work on this was incredible. Especially like that final chorus. I think they really just honed in on like all of the powerful punchy parts of the song, and just just adding that piano like arpeggiated riff was just like the cherry on top for me. It was kind of giving me a little symphony vibes from Excenary Heroes, which listen, I ain't gonna be complaining, I love that song too. Um but I love the piano work in this song, and I think it's just adds that like something else to kind of just like get you immersed, keep you interested, and so I love that about it. But yeah, I think they really did a great job, and then almost like a little bit of a fade out, I guess per se, uh at the end of the song, like post final chorus, I thought was really nice, you know. They could have just stopped it. They could have just had all of those like arpeggiated like piano work, or like the guitars, the drummings, all that going off, but I think for the sheer fact that they kind of like reined it all in and gave you that sort of like finalization of the song, I think was really good. I feel like it would have not had its sort of completeness to it that I think I really appreciate about this song. So I like that a lot. So yeah, kudos. It's a great title track. So I'm very stoked. Getting into some comments here. Uh, First song over 3 minutes. We love to see that. Gunky says the keyboard part is just amazing. I would agree. Composed with a Korean artist named Daniel, who and the whole group who did the arrangement. And then you will follow that up in saying that he's got that rock voice for sure here. More screaming and belting. I would agree. Yeah, there's definitely some like good mix of both, and I appreciate the fact that he's showing off both angles here. So very nice. Kaylee says that he's been a solo artist since 2018. Okay. Well, he is very seasoned for being an artist since 2018, so kudos. And then Gunky says, are you ready for a change in vibe on the next song? You is my second favorite song by them. We love to see it. Okay, well, let's get into You then.
In the quiet, I will find you. You can't just walk away now. My heart started glow. You were the dream that I'm really chasing. I don't know, do you feel? I find that you can't explain. Do you wanna break to one who hold you in the shadows and the light in this place? I don't know when will you find your love. Take it slow, there's so much to say. Why? We're born to try. What you wanna do in this place? I'm gonna let you know that we will face. You will never wanna know what right there, but nothing gonna go well. I just wanna reach you in the phone. I whisper. You will never wanna know that you're sad, but you never wanna show. Take my hand, things are gonna go well. I don't wanna think about it. I never see you again. Time is thin in my memory, and when I saw reason, you know. I don't know, do you feel? I found the truth, babe. Is it real? What's the deal?
Ooh, I like the guitar pan to the
We'll
left. Nice.
find your way. I don't know when will you find your love. Take it slow, there's so much to say. Why? We both try. What you wanna do in this place? I'm gonna let you know that we will face. You will never wanna know what right there, but nothing gonna go well. I just wanna reach you.
I love the harmonies in the chorus. Really nice. Really high range.
Things are gonna go well. I don't wanna think about it. You must say it's hard to bear in this now. I don't wanna know what you say. What say in this
What a great vibrato. Oh. Ooh, I love that guitar solo.
What you wanna do is going ways. I'm gonna let you know the winter chase. You will never wanna know what right there, but things are gonna go well. I just wanna reach you in the phone. I whisper, so you will feel the cold that you're in, but you never wanna show. Lift my hand, things are gonna go well. I don't wanna think about it.
All right. That was Kave You. Very nice. Wow, this was incredible. I'm a little stunned. This was definitely a change of pace from the previous song we listened to, which was Stone. But I think this is really nice. The chord progression and melody choice is very familiar, and I can't I can't place it, but I know it's, from what I know, I think it's a pretty common like set of chord phrasing. So I know obviously they tried doing different things, but it has a familiarity to it, which I really like. Gao's vocals, I gotta say, this was probably one of my favorite vocal performances from him. Like, I love when he kind of does the rock tonality of the song. Youthful says, so I doubt that you recognize it, but I'm pretty sure at the very start they sampled Vivaldi's Winter. I did not know that. That's cool. I'll have to check out. I'd assume maybe that's probably why it sounds familiar, because if Vivaldi's Winter is a very popular like classical song, then I probably have heard it before. So I appreciate the context. But yeah, no, I think his vocals are so impressive to me. Like, I love that he has this sort of like rock energy and rock tone to his vocals, but I think it's like the nuances of this song. Like, he doesn't have to do that like bitey aggressive tone. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's such a chameleon in the sense of like, I could get a song like this that's like more polished from him, but I could also get something that's just a little bit more rock adjacent or rock affiliated and still be so enamored by it. And I think to me that's what impresses me the most. And like more specifically with this song, the way that he stylized his vocals were really incredible. Like in the chorus, like that is some if he I would assume he's doing the harmony parts in the chorus, but like the high harmonies, that's like register wise, I think that's pretty up there. And obviously he's shown off a lot of his falsetto tones, but like just for him to kind of harmonize with himself, I feel like it's such a hard thing to do. And obviously I know it's done in post, like he's not doing it at the same time, but like still for him to match those notes up so well, I think is really impressive to me. And I think vocally, like again, it just maybe just the subtleties or like the nuances of this song that like just find me more fixated towards it. So I love that. As well as the guitar work in this song was really cool. Jisung is incredible. I liked a lot of his chord phrasing. It's like not the atypical chord phrasing that you would see. So I think for me, that's what I really love. And again, I'll always point out a lot of guitar things, just because I'm more familiar with that. But I just love the guitar work in it. It's just like a little bit more subtle, a little bit more vibey. I would assume a lot more like either suspended chords or a lot more like minor sevens or something like that. I thought it was really beautiful. The piano work was really nice too. Just like everything was really, really chill. And like I love that the song is all in English as well. I thought that was really cool. Definitely picked up on that pretty instantaneously. But I thought that was really awesome about it. And I don't know, it just felt like weirdly enough, it fit what I was expecting Kave to do, but then also like I could get a song that's just out there and I'd still think it's Kave. So so far I'm color me impressed. I'm so stoked. I think it really is cool. Let's keep it going here. We got Kaylee says, dude's voice is no joke. I agree. He is absolutely shredding it. Kaylee also says, yeah, having this song and A-chu on the same album and sounding amazing on both is crazy. Yeah, I think the juxtaposition, and even in Stone's so different too. Like I think that they all have their unique merits to them, so I like that. Ufo says that this is produced by them and production team called The Hub, who has also produced for Edmix, P1 Harmony, and Hypen, and team BM from Card, Even, etc. Very nice. And Biscuit, hello, thanks for hanging out, appreciate it. We are talking about Kave tonight. We're doing both albums, so we finished the first one, and now we are like about halfway through the second one. So. And we probably will do covers and stuff like that. But this next one is So let's keep it going. What? They distorted the good piano playing? Oh, this is so good already. Oh! Oh my god. This is like A-chu 2.0. arpeggiated piano line. Oh. My head. What? God. Oh my god. I genuinely, I think I'm at a loss for words right now. Oh my god. What the fuck did I just listen to? Oh my god. I don't know how I'm gonna make a comment on this, honestly. I'm just so floored. Oh my god, this is so cool. Oh man. All right, I'm gonna collect myself here. If I could rewind time and listen to this again, I would. Like if I could relive the experience of hearing this song again for the first time, I would do it in a heartbeat. You know what I mean? Like I feel like this is like I'll never be able to have that same experience hearing this song again for the first time. And I think that's what makes me really sad. We can't listen to the song backwards. I don't want to do that because I don't know. I just don't feel like it. But um man, it's just so much fun. As I mentioned about previous songs on the previous release, Flights of Ideas, I think this was also one that I would just be crazy in love trying to find the production notes for this one because this was wild. I feel like it is, to me, just A-chu on steroids, which I'm like totally about, but like the piano work having more of a interesting sort of dissonance to it, and then the second part of the piano had like these like interesting like distortion that you would typically hear on an electric guitar. I like how like the piano is pretty much the through line through this song. I thought that was really cool. I like that they also paid homage to A-chu with having like those like choir vocals, having like I know A-chu didn't have as much strings, but the string section was really interesting as well. I think Gaho's vocals have this sort of like ominous feeling to his style, and I really appreciate that. It is like a little menacing, and I think that for a song like this, it is apropos. But yeah, the stops, like I think what gets me is like this really insane like wall of fucking like production, like whether it be the piano, like having all these different melody choices, like the strings, the piano, the beat, like all coalescing to this one point, and then having it all back out and just hearing Galo's vocals and then having it kick back in again. I just think just takes you out of the seat in the weirdest way possible. So I love that. And I think it kind of disorients you in a really like beautiful way. Like I feel like not in control of this song, and I think that is totally the point of this song, because you're not supposed to feel like you know what's coming next, because they just want to keep throwing curveballs at you. But I thought that was really interesting. And just the build-ups in this song I think was really cool. I like that they keep stacking on different things till you get to that final part of the song, and like, oh man, it's just like literally throwing everything in the kitchen sink into the song, and I think they did a great job without it feeling like too over the top or too much. Like it just has that perfect amount of chaos to it that I really love, but also at the same point I think really kind of drives home that you never know what you can expect from Kave, and I feel like we have all underestimated them, and we will not underestimate them yet unless you have heard this album. Then you can maybe overestimate them potentially, but you know what's coming, so that's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, I feel like this is by far, in a way, one of my favorite songs from Kave. Period. I am gonna be thoroughly stumped for the rest of the night, probably, with this song. So yeah, this was incredible. So, I'm sure other people may have had. I'm sure other people may have had the same experience. So I'm glad I can maybe be that person for you. So. Let's get into some comments here. Youthful says, this might be my favorite period so far. I agree. Gungi asks if we can listen to the song backwards. Hell no. No, I'm just kidding. Youthful says, the story piano is crazy 808s, bass drops, pretty strings, constant great kick drum, so much crazy good stuff in this one track. I agree. And then Gungi says, I told you, this album is so good. I agree. I will not doubt your wisdom, Gunki. Jess says, why so short, though? I agree. Could have been a little bit longer. Just a smidge. Like, give me 30 more seconds, and I would have been happy, you know? The members themselves solo produced this track. Awesome. And then Kaylee says, it's the right amount of what the fuck. I agree. Cookie says, Kave is like a box of chocolates. You'll never know what you're going to get. I couldn't have said it better. So... very nice. Well, we're going to keep it moving here. We have the next one, which is Follow Me. So let's keep it moving. More? Oh, okay.
보여줄게는 말대로 이루어지는 역사 따라와 baby 따라해 now babe 내 말을 들어 babe 저기 덤처럼 will 세상이 널 버리고 또 아프게 해
These arpeggiated synths are so, or piano parts are wild. Now I get why Kaylee wanted me to listen to this on video. This post chorus is so good. Oh my, what? Oh, that was such a cool stop. Oh, great harmonies at the end. Holy shit. My god, this was Kave Follow Me. Why do they do this? Oh, what, Kave, if you're watching this, why do you do this to me? Okay, listen, we already had a mind-numbing song called and then you had to follow it up with Follow Me, which was equally as fucking crazy. I just have questions, you know? I just have so many questions for you, you know? Um this is I don't okay, so I want to preface, I don't want to seem like I'm laughing because because to me it's like it seems disingenuous, but I think I'm laughing because of the sheer amount of shit going on in this song. Like I think it's just like ear candy to the most extreme, right? And I think like my brain, I think I laugh because my brain literally can't process what's going on, and the sheer fact that I have to process all of this and give commentary on the song is just a whole nother experience. So I think that I think that yeah, I Youthful said it best, laughing at the audacity of them doing crazy stuff like this, and it worked. Yeah, it does put your brain in shock. Like I think that if I was there to experience everybody's first listen of Cave or this album from Cave, I would just love to be a fly on the wall. You know what I mean? Like I would love to experience everyone's pure and utter like shock of listening to this release. You know what I mean? Like it's so out there, but like I want to say that in the most like like positive way possible. I think this is like the most wildest release I think I've heard this year in terms of like musicality. You know, like there's so much shit going on, and I think is so interesting in terms of like their process, the why they choose to do these things. Like it's just out there. Like I think if you're a classical lover, you're gonna find so much throw through in this song that is just so awesome. Like the piano work, incredible. Like a lot of the chord phrasing is beautiful. I love a lot of the arpeggiation in the piano work. I think it's incredible in the way that they kind of stylized it with like either a Jersey Club beat or just having like this having like different utilization of that arpeggiation. I think is so much fun, and it keeps it interesting. That post chorus is so cool as well. Like just that like descending arpeggiated melody is just really awesome. On top of that, I think that Gaho's vocals again have this sort of haunting, like whimsical feel to it that I think adds to this like just avant-garde sort of feel to it. Like it's avant-garde, but like I feel like it's a very palatable avant-garde. Like it's like something you wouldn't typically like. It's something that I expect Cave to do, but I feel like most people that listen to this probably won't expect it in that aspect. But production wise, it's just so crazy, and I think that it's just like it is ear candy to me. So I love that aspect of it. I love the bridge of the song. Like it's so disjointed, but I think it works. And then like once like I was making weird faces because I was like, "Is this gonna are these disjointed chords gonna work for me?" But I think like once the Jersey Club beat kind of came through, I was like, "Okay, it makes sense." And like they're stagnated in a certain way that I think it breaks your immersion, which I think I like because the song is so like you're so in the weeds, in the weeds, in the weeds, and then you get the bridge, and it gives you that sort of reprieve in a very like minor and odd way, but like I think it is I think it really works well, and I think it keeps your interest more, and then like for them to kind of pull it more full circle because I know that they did have a part with that piano work and the Jersey Club beat. So it was cool to kind of see that be reintroduced in a nice way. So this was incredible. I think and I think Follow Me are my two favorites thus far. But I really haven't hated any of these songs off this release or disliked any of them. I think this has been this has been a we're a five out of 5 for now. So we love to see it. But some real quick comments. Youthful says, I can genuinely say I haven't heard music like this from K-pop or maybe ever. I'm not sure. This is so cool. Jazz says, I feel like my ears are short circuiting and I love it. That is probably the best way I could have. I didn't describe it, so I feel like Jazz described it best. Members and the hub produced again, very nice. And then Beautiful says the only part I didn't really like or was super confused about was the bridge. Other than that, everything else I absolutely loved. Hey, you know, can't lie. Pre-chorus lyric says, "Even if the world abandons you and hurts you again, I'm there to save you. Follow me." That's cool. I like this. I like this so far. All right, I'm gonna keep it moving here. We have "Say My Name," the title of the release. So let's go.
알고 계실까요 나를 know my name 매번 외쳐 불러줘 know my name 나의 목소리 다 나야 know my name 그저 그게 궁금할 뿐인데 날 지켜보고 있나요 혹시 어디에 계신가요 타락해져만 가는데 내 같은 죄는 셀 수도 없을 듯해 전부 용서받을 수 있을까요 Say my name, say my name, say my name
Huh.
들리네 들리네 그분이 날 부른다네 나에게 왜 응답하셨다면 난 밝고 정신에 그저 그로 끌고 가려 하는 안녕들을 저지해 그가 나타나 심판은 너 불쌍한 영혼들은 숨어 어디로 일자리 빛깔에 마시는 몸 더 깊이 더 깊이 더 깊이 down 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 아래로 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 스며들었네 Say my name say my name say my name 들리네 들리네 그분이 날 부른다네 나에게 왜 응답하셨다면 난 밝고 정신에 그저 그로 끌고 가려 하는 안녕들을 저지해 I don't know I don't know Gospel gospel I don't know I don't know Gospel gospel
Very nice. All right, cool. That was Cave "Say My Name" from the same title of the album. So very cool. This one was very interesting. I think it was gonna be a tall task to climb in terms of following up and Follow Me, because those were two very uh, energetic, electric songs. And I think this one was very interesting in contrast. Um, I will say, at least in terms of vocally, I like that, and I think you've also pointed it out, but like Gaho rapping, and I didn't point it out as well as in Follow Me either, but he's got some good rapping, like rhythm to him. So I really appreciate that, and I think that his rapping actually stood out more so in this song than I think his vocals, and that's not to detract from his incredible vocal skills, because I think he's also really good, clearly. But I think his rapping in the song was super fun, and I like the way that it matched up well with like the rhythm of the song. So major kudos to that. I also was noticing more about like the production in the song. I thought was very interesting. There was like this plucking like string section, and I like how in certain parts of the song the guitar follows that sort of like plucking rhythm, or plucking musicality as well. And I think those two things contrast not in a strong way. I feel like they are more synergistic together, but I think that those two I've noticed that a lot, at least in Cave material that we've listened to tonight, where they kind of like mesh the strings and like guitar work together in some cases. And I think that that's really cool. We don't, at least from my perspective, I don't get to hear that too often, so I like that. Um, I like the kind of again more minor tone of the song. I feel like to me, like obviously tonality wise and song wise it isn't the same, but it kind of reminds me a lot of like when like for whatever reason, I don't know why, but it reminds me a lot of like when Purple Kiss did like the Zombie EP. Like it just kind of reminds me of like where they kind of incorporated a lot of those like darker tones and a lot of like more minor chord phrasings. And I think that they do this in a very unique way too. But as well as that, it also gives me kind of like a little bit of like 21 Pilots type vibe as well, like which is not again not a disservice to them at all. Like I especially more so like with the drumming, because like I know I'm pretty sure it's Josh Dunn is their drummer for 21 Pilots. Like he has a very similar like sort of drumming style, a lot of like that snare, hi-hat kick sound. So like I can hear a lot of through lines through that, which is again such a I would argue hopefully a compliment to their music. Um but yeah, I think in terms of like musicality, I was like trying to figure it out, and I was like, oh yeah, you know what? This kind of gives me like it kind of gives me like some 21 Pilot vibes, you know, like Heathens or like I'm trying to think of some of their newer stuff, but like gives me that sort of vibe, which is like again such a cool thing. And you know, it gives me a better way to relate to the musicality at hand. But I thought this was very unique. Would probably have to give this one more of a listen, but I like the kind of punchy dynamics of this song. Um, and I think it does a great job. Another really really good song. I wouldn't say that this one is one of my favorites, but I would definitely say it is a fun vibe, very cool, and really uniquely composed. As much as all of the Cave songs have been, they've always been very interesting. So I love it. Kekuni also I'm gonna give him a shout out as well because his drumming also was really cool. And then Jisang as well, that really cool like fuzzy like fuzz pedal distorted guitar like lead or solo part I thought was also really cool too. Broke up the song really well. But got some comments. Yuval says not bad, kind of meh for me though. Tough to follow up the previous songs for sure. I would agree. Yuval says also as well, Gaho solo composed and the members did the arrangements. Love to see it. All right. Very cool. Well, we're going to get into the final song of Say My Name, and that one is Blue. So let's check it out. I like the chord phrasing.
You're so fine, 그대. I just close my eyes. You better know. 다시 stay. 멈춰.
Just lush feel.
너를 또 어떻게 버티니 너 없는 이 밤이 긴 거야 oh, baby you're so beautiful 나는 그림이야 그 속에서 난 길을 잃고 싶어 baby you are so beautiful eyes 나만의 글자기야 너의 품 안에서 길을 잃고 싶어 baby ooh, baby why you drive me wild you spin me out I'm sorry ooh, tell me why 또다시 난 꿈속에 살아 baby
Ooh, I like that like little whistling at the end. That's cool. All right. That was Cave's Blue from their newest release. Say My Name. Oh no. It says is the audio stuttering cutting? Oof. Okay. Oof. Well, let me know. Let me know if my voice is stuttering or cutting. Let me know. I'll try to see. Maybe it might have just been the peaks of the song. So if my vocals are a little okay, cool. All right, awesome. Thank you. Um, what an interesting way to end this release off. I thought it was good. I like the more like R&B type feel of the song. Um, I think his vocals are again supremely underrated, but in this type of song, like I don't know, like it again, I know he's got such a rock tonality to his vocals, but like I just love the like R&B flavor that he put into the song. Like there's such a level of emotion that I really appreciate and like subtleties in the song. So I think it does end the album out on a chill note. I would agree with that, Gunky, but um I really kind of vibed a ton with this one. I just love a good R&B type style song, and I think that Gao does a great job of like conveying those emotions super well. I also gotta give a shout outs to the instrumentation, the band as well, because I think they did a fantastic job. The piano chord phrasing was a little atypical, especially like that descending like chord change. I thought was really unique. Like I'm pretty sure they go from like a minor to maybe possibly to another minor to like either a minor suspended, and then they go to a major chord. I'm pretty sure. If I've got it wrong, let me know. Um but I thought the kind of vibe of this the chord phrasing of this song, I think works well with that sort of styling of the song, and again giving that sort of moody feel. So I love that. Um as well as that, I just love the incorporation of a lot of the different instrumentations. Like obviously there was some really great guitar work. The drumming was super like subtle and smooth, and I really appreciate like the more jazz type feel of the drum in this song. But yeah, I think this was a great one. I think this to me is like one of the sleeper songs on this release. I don't like all of the songs were like heavily like crazily produced, and I feel like this one is like more subtle in the sense of like you really have to pick out a lot more of the nuances of the song. So I like this for that reason. I don't know it'd be my favorite of this release because there's so many great songs, but I was not hating on this song by any stretch. So yeah, this is a great one. Nice chill note to end the release off with. Jazz says it gave me PLT vibes, which would make sense. I would assume he was in PLT. And then Biscuit says this was probably more of what I expected. And then Youthful says that Hyun wrote this with Gao and they produced it themselves. And then PLT was the project group he was in. Oh, okay. Very nice. Very cool. Kaylee, thank you so much. If chat would like us to do some cover songs, because apparently Kave has done some cover songs, we can check those out because we've ended a little early. So if not, we can maybe do a little bit of catch up, because I know there was a few releases that I haven't checked out yet. So we can do that if chat's feeling down. If you want to hang out for a little bit longer, I'm not going to be closing up shop just yet. So maybe we can rock a little bit. But okay, thank you, Kaylee. I have to list my favorites off this release. I think my favorites were Follow Me, and I'll say You. I'll say an honorable mention to A-chu, and I know people are probably going to be like, what the fuck, Brandon? Why did you not pick A-chu as being one of your favorites? And I think it's because I know that I can get both of those types of feelings in either like or Follow Me. Like, and that's not to just credit A-chu, because I think it's a great intro song to this release, but like I think that like You was such a unique song, and I really liked it. So I thought this was cool. So yeah, I think those would be my favorite. A sleeper hit for me, Blue. I really love Blue. I thought that was cool. So very nice. Catch up might be best, but whatever you want. Thank you. Kaylee, we'll do a couple cover songs. That's not too bad. Jazz says, since Gaho is a part of the group, maybe we could do PLT. They only have 4 MVs, I think. Potentially, we could do that. Biscuit says, definitely adding the first 2 I was here for. We'll go check out the rest. Very nice. And then Youthful says, Follow Me, Venom, and Die For You. That's, hey, those are some great picks. Kaylee says, I can't decide. Worthy choice as well, too. So, all right, cool. Let me see what we got for playlist-wise. All right, chat. We got the playlist for the songs that they've done covered from Blackpink. I think we should do 2. We could do 2. I feel that would work out. We don't have to do all 4. But we'll do that, and then maybe PLT shouldn't be too crazy, I don't think. The Love Sick Girl cover is awesome. Okay. All right, well, I guess we'll do... I feel like we should do the first and last one. That would be cool. So let me get them pulled up. I'm curious how they would do How You Like That. But all right, cool. Let's go. Shut down is very different. Okay, maybe we'll do that one instead. 널 믿고 버티는 거야. 어차피 떠나면 상처투성이 채로 미워하게 될걸. 끝장을 보기 전 끝낼 순 없어. 이 아픔을 기다린 것처럼 아마 다 잠깐일지도 몰라. 우린 무얼 찾아서 헤매는 걸까. But I don't care. Do it over and over. 내 세상 속에 너만 있으면 돼. 사랑을 끝낼 순 없어. We are the lovesick girl. 이 아픔 없이 난 아무 의미가 없어. But we were born to be loved. Yeah, we were born to be loved. Yeah, we were born to be loved. But while we're still looking for love. No love letters, no X-Nos. No love, never my exes now. No diamond ring that said it's done. Never left but I left alone. 결국엔 모든 걸 잃고 나서야 너는 모든 걸 깨닫게 될 거야. 다 잠
순 없어 We are the lovesick girl 이 아픔 없이 난 아무 의미가 없어 Lovesick girl 모두 결국 떠나가고 Lovesick girl 내 눈물이 무뎌져도 Lovesick girl 아프고 또 아파도 Lovesick girl But we still looking for
Let's go. Kudos, 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 kudos. Awesome. Oh, we are not moving on to the next one. Very nice. All right, all right, all right. It was cool to hear in that context. I think Gao's got, again, I feel like it goes without saying, he's got such a crazy vocals, but I love the ending of the song. They gave it like that halftime feel. Was so cool. But man, he really laid it out on the line, had that great build at the end of the song. I agree with you, full. The guitar work was really fun. I like that they swapped between like the acoustic and electric guitar. I thought that was really well done. But yeah, I kind of like that the like verses give this sort of moodier feel, and the choruses give this sort of more like anthemic sort of vibe. So I think the contrast of those were really cool. So definitely like that a lot. I think it was a great cover. So again, being so familiar with like the Blackpink stuff, I thought that was really cool. What a fantastic cover. I feel like we should listen to Kaylee had said to check out Shut Down because it was a different vibe. So I feel like we should do that one instead. So let's check that one out instead.
경백이 아냐 떠난 적 없으니까 고개들이 돌아 진정이 못 걷길라 분홍빛의 얼음 Freeze 없는 sign Shut it down Shut it down 걔 힘이 아냐 진 적이 없으니까 지져봐 네 목에 목줄은 내 거니까 등바닥에 대한 패들 we go to 05 Shut it down 초록빛을 내려 머리 위로 don't trip baby
Oh, I'm liking this already. Oh, okay.
절대 쉽게 무너지지 않아 아무리 가고도 죽지 않아 거미를 때까지도 들고 와 누구든지 다 대줄 테니 No, no more 이 다음 답안지야 똑바로 봐도 slip baby 뒤집어봐 이건 가격표와 and chip baby Stay in your own lane cause I'm about to swerve Can't you win him or I'm beginning go When we pull up you know it's a shutdown 간판 내리고 문 잠궈 shutdown Whip it, whip it, whip it, whip it Whip it, whip it, whip it, whip it It's black in the pink one the sundown When we pull up you know it's a shutdown 간판 내리고 문 잠궈 shutdown Shut it down Keep watching me shut it down
Great falsetto. Ah, that was cool. I like that. All right, let's go. This is, I guess, it's Cave's cover of Blackpink's Shutdown. Very nice. I like how they played into more of that like spooky, dark feeling. I think this worked out so nice. This was so cool. Yeah, I like they committed. You know what I mean? Like the chorus, the chorus was hidden. Uh, I think Gaho's rapping was incredible in this song too. Like I think he held his own certainly. And man, his falsetto, I know we've talked about it before, but his falsetto in this was so good. So I also really enjoyed that a ton. But yeah, this was phenomenal cover. I mean, I would shouldn't be surprised because I've enjoyed a lot of the Cave stuff we've talked about thus far tonight. But I think these are both great covers of, you know, again, songs that I'm familiar with now. So love it. Great choice. Um, Jess says, the spooky Loomy vibes was just amazing. I agree. Beautiful says, what a completely different vibe from the original. That was super fun. Super cool. Excuse me. And then Biscuit says, that was great. And Kaylee says, fun, fun. We love to see it. So very cool.